night. Check the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
Better place to get your personalized hats, shirts, koozies with a quick turnaround on shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to place orders and get specials today from the Green Door General Store.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry, photography, and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a long, long road to success for these drivers today because it is the Green Door General Store 100 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway here live on P. Steve presented by the ButtKicker Company, the Pit Stall Racing Series, Redline Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, Fort Entertainment Group, CustomPC.com, Gainz Fitness Incorporated, Lightning Wrapz, and Shriver Twisted Creations. Big thank you to all the sponsors and our friends for tuning in to the day. Fans and drivers alike, let's get down the show. Hi again, everyone. I am the Crusader, Christian Schreier, joining you guys back today. Michael Bollinger here on the call with me here today. Michael, great to hear from you again as we're heading down here in Loudon for some action up in the far east of the towns.
Yeah, and this is going to be a fun one. Seeing how interesting this track is going to be, being almost just like Martinsville, but not quite Martinsville, as Martinsville is skinnier and a lot shorter.
A lot less speed and a lot more control chaos there, where this one it's all about just who can just outwit and outlast each other on these starts and the long runs. We'll take it down to our grading order today.
On the pole, the number 8 will be Jeff Racky, and in the number 20 will be Jeffrey Oaks.
Right number 2 is Jeffrey Vickery, and the number 51 on the outside, the 95, it is Robert Warrens.
And the 21 will be the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn, and the 66 of Corey Stahl.
Right number 4 is Dalton McKinney, and the number 46, the outside, and the 90 will be Dennis Warrens.
Row number 5, and the 11 is Bobby Anderson, and the 84 of Matthew Hopper.
Right number 6 is Jason Crackey, and the 54 up to the outside, and the 98, that is Sean Long.
In row number 7 will be the number 10 of Jason Henry, and the 76 of Mike Rideout.
Row 8 is the 5 of the Throttle Chantel Polly, outside the 99, that will be Wally Babb.
And rounding out your field in row number 9 will be the 55 of Jason Brent, and the number 2 of Dustin Schoenaker.
All right,
Bollinger,
I'm pretty impressed by that, my friend. You actually got everything all done quite well there, sir.
Me too. I'm finally getting into the swing of things of making the roll calls. As a pace car pulls onto pit lane, fans are on their feet as they wave these cars through the gut to the pedal to the metal restart zone, and we are underway in New Hampshire.
Well, out of the gate, they'll drive their way right around the turns and through the corner offs here. Radke and Oaks immediately taking a good battle off out of turn number 2 there. Oaks immediately trying to corner down Radke a little bit by using the outside as an optimal line, but the inside run of Radke putting good use up to the tire wear and already looking to try to keep the suspension in play.
Well, early on, looks like it's a battle for a second as for the lead, as the other guys are starting to, as Oaks and Radke are starting to slightly start pulling away from the field here.
Oaks dipping down the inside again. Big run coming off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway here, trying to lead him back in. He's going to force Radke into a very troublesome little spot here, looking to get a run off him down to the turn. Oaks immediately trying to burn through a little bit of that right front tire and trying to use up any of that right rear he can before Radke starts to get a little too comfortable for his own good. Both guys definitely evened out on the playing field for the early going.
Looks like there's some guys just starting to get single file now towards the back of the field. But there's still a little bit of double file and a little bit of single file action as well through this race early on.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of that though here, Michael, honestly. Again, this is a very narrow ended track, very flat bank compared to probably what a lot of them are used to. A lot of drivers are going to be trying to take it easy out of the gate to save the wear and tear. Lap 40, of course, is the stage break for the competition caution, as we've always nicknamed it. I think that really kind of sets these drivers up for a little bit more of a longer haul, a little bit more of a longer drive out, and then just trying to, from there, just kind of pinpoint where is the right time and the right move to strike from. I do know that in theory, you could get about 45 laps, 46 laps of fuel on the run, so that could come into favor later on when these drivers need to really start saving up. I think, honestly, one pit stop could be enough, but I think if anything, these drivers want to try to use up 2 if they can, so that way they have more time to really get harder on the gas pedal and less on the consistent pedal.
Well, it is looking like right now, it's still just between Racky and Oaks right now. It looks like we have the 95 of Warren's wanting to join the party now.
Robert Warren's up there right now in the big old pink 95, not a pink Cadillac, but a big 95 Chevrolet right now, just trying to see if he can make some amends with the drivers and continue his hot streak. Won back at Daytona Road Course last week. We're going to try to pull another one off today. In the back of the pack, Dustin Stoneacre, Jason Friend, Mike Rideout continuing to go at it a little bit here as the rest of the field just kind of chippers its way through. A little damage already on the 99 at Wally Bab. Not sure where that right side corner got caught up from, but the General Store 99 has a little bit of damage already flaring up on his truck.
And it looked like on corner exit, it looked like Racky might have bumped the wall a little bit to drop him down to 3rd place.
Your new leader will be the old Oak, Jeffrey Oaks. We're going to take a look back and see what exactly Bollinger was talking about down there. We're going to the Pete Timmy Stevens replay. This is presented in part by our friends, of course, at Lightning Wrapz. And looks like, from my point of view, already just kind of telling a guessing game here, it looked like he may have just overturned it a little bit going into corner number 1 there.
Hard to tell. Only the driver will know at this point what happened.
Well, actually, looking from this angle, Oaks just got a much better run down the straightaway, got a good draft line. Racky didn't really make any mistakes until he got a little too close to the wall off turn 2 and then let Robert Warrens kind of sneak his way in. Beautiful pacing by the drivers, and honestly, for Oaks, the old Oak, in my opinion, this season just desperately needs to start finally getting something put together and get a race win under his belt. I cannot tell you how many times he's been up in that position, up in that spot, and just has not been able to get away with it.
Boy, look here, and here comes Robert Kahn. We're trying to pass Racky right now, trying to work his way up to the field now as well.
It's somewhere around. Robert Van Nest is literally jumping for joy and jumping for hoorays and carats because he knows what Kahn is trying to do here. He's already trying to mount his charge to the field. Anita Johnson's coming on board, says head well, bad, and everyone else. Anita, thanks for tuning in.
Well, here comes the Rattlesnake making the pass on Racky, trying to close it on the leaders now. The Rattlesnake Kahn, do what the Rattlesnake Kahn likes to do, sneak his way up to the field.
Not completely sure if Kahn maybe just made a mistake there, just trying to overdrive some of the corners or being a little too aggressive for his own good, but it seems as though that those that were kind of laying back low now seem to be starting to push a little bit harder on that back half, but again, you got to get to lap 40 before you can really kind of find yourself in a bit of a better angle, a better situation, especially for a 100-lap race like this. Again, New Hampshire is not a short track by any means. It's a mile long in length. It's an intermediate at the worst, and at best, it's a really long, short track. But in my opinion, what makes this track so difficult and so darn tough here, Michael, is just, again, that flat banking in. It really forces drivers that don't have open wheels or open cockpits to actually have to really maneuver through the corners and have to really hang around their turns.
Well, this is why I was saying it's almost like a widened Martinsville. Cause just like Martinsville, the banking's so low in Martinsville too. You have to almost get out of the gas immediately as soon as you get on it to get enough braking in to make the turn.
Very good observation there, but the reason I also kind of said this is more of an endurance level kind of race is just due to the one factor, which is, again, fuel, the tire run, and also the fact is you have multiple grooves you can use. You can use that bottom lane you saw Warren's use a minute ago. You can see what Oaks is doing. He's kind of playing a little bit more of a middle groove, And then there's some drivers that are going haywire, going up high side, then cornering down, almost kind of like an inverted diamond configuration, if you will, which does work as well. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, these drivers will race what they're given, and they will be battling with what they've got. But I personally think when you got drivers that can figure out multiple grooves and multiple angles, I think really you're in for a show at that point.
All right, now we have a battle between Dustin Schoenacre in the 76 and the number 2 of Schoenacre and the 76 of Mike Rideout right now.
So 2 battles going along right now. Corey Stahl and Matthew Hoffer going at it there in the mid-pack. Dustin Schoenacre as well with Mike Rideout for a little bit. Both drivers hard on their gas pedals and hard on their charges. Schoenacre looking to deepen the inside here and looking to try to fight the Titan off of the MRN network, number 76.
It looks like Dennis Warren might have a little bit of damage on his front end.
Yeah,
he's
got a little scrape on. He's got a little scrape up on the front of the nose. Front end's actually kind of caved in a bit there too. It looks like. I'm not sure. Maybe that was just for a little bit of a rear end on someone's behalf, or by chance he just may have got himself into a bit of a worse position. But nevertheless, he's still running it. And Corey Stahl in the 66, looking to dip it in deep, and he's looking for a pass on old Dennis.
It looks like the 66 has a little bit of damage too.
Yeah, right.
On his right end, on his passenger side.
Right rear corner down there, and that left and that right rear as well, and the right front as well. Yeah, it looks like he's got a completely bent in little truck there. Might have smacked the wall coming off turn 2. And speaking of almost doing that, Dennis Warren, you can see just how tight these trucks can get right there. Pulled it right up near the wall protection. Right front just would not get a grip. It would not cave in. And Corey Stahl making the same mistake there. He's going to try to diamond it back off like I talked about earlier. It gets a great run into trouble. Can they save it? No, he can't save it. He's into the green. Right into Matthew Hoffer. No yellow. They stay green. They are able to fire on. Oh, my. Well, go take a look at the replay on that one there.
Just took the words right out of my mouth.
So Stahl went up extremely wide up to the wall, but you see how far he came back down there, Bollinger. Then look at this. Gets right in there with Dennis. Both drivers just going at it a little bit. Then Matthew Hoffer, just a lone innocent man in this, just gets connected with the 66. And Stahl driving it right back off. Both drivers seem to be okay, but I think Stahl's probably not too thrilled right now that he just lost a lot of position in ground there. That was a wild little situation there.
Not too thrilled indeed. He's not going to be very happy about that one. Having to more than likely use his faster car early in this race.
It's either that or you have to literally just get into pit road and start fixing up the damage as quick as you can and hope for the best down there. But I'm going to look at this right now here, Michael. We're taking a look at our live timing sheets. This is presented in part by the Pit Stall Racing Series. And look at Oaks. He has put up his last lap a full 10th on Robert Warren's there. In the previous laps, he had a full 10th on 14, then 15. Warren's caught him back. Then all of a sudden, Oaks decided to put it into cruise control. And now he is just starting to put some distance and gap between him and Robert. A 2/10 of a second gained on that one. That's a lot of time on this oval end here, especially if considering what Oaks is used to doing and what he's wanting to do right now.
Well, it looks like this field's starting to get spread out now. After all that little bit of damage, and it looks like they're getting back out there with the 84 having a whole bunch of having his own entire nose end caved in a little bit. So let's try to take a look at what his last 2 laps have been looking like. Why don't we?
Well, currently staying ahead of Stahl anyway. He's been pretty much on the binders and on the position there. He's now put up full seconds ahead of Stahl. Stahl losing up a lot of ground and time due to the damage sustained. The aerodynamic properties of this truck certainly not where they want to be at. Certainly not what he wants to see either. As we jump it ahead to Dennis Warren and Hoffer going at it, you can see a completely different tail of tape, even with the damage suffered on Warren's. Hoffer has put a lot of time in between him and put them together, but that last lap he lost about 1,000 of a second. This time it's about 81 hundredths of a second loss, but again, hundredths of a second compared to tenths of a second, not a very big difference, and you can see what I'm talking about there.
And I just caught a look at Babs' right front quarter fender. It looks like that's messed up a little bit too, as well.
First pit stops of the day, Dalton McKinney, number 46, is now in pit road, so our first pit stops are now being initiated. The McDinger's number 46 taking a very early call here, going into pit road. I presume his strategy is just try to get the fuel and then kind of ride it back out. Remember, you only get 2 extra tire sets in these races, so don't think for 1 second you're just exactly going to run away from people here. As it looks like even Sean Long now, he's going to pit road as well, so the 98 is in towards the pit stops.
Well, now it looks like we have Dustin Stolnaker on the number 2 trying to catch up to the 47, the 10. The 10 of Jason Henry right now, as he does try to make the pass going in the turns.
Yeah, Jason Henry right now not had a season I think he really wants to think about too much. I think this is probably one of his, if not maybe the worst season he's had. But he has told me as well that I have not had any time to practice. I have not had any time to really get things figured out this season. These drivers are getting way harder to beat than I realized. So he says really his only tracks he knows for sure he can put a fight on are those plate tracks. But there's only one plate track left this season he's going to be able to use up. And of course, that's the big bad daddy thatself, Talladega. So we'll see if he can get it dialed up and figured out there. But man, these other tracks, I almost kind of feel bad for Henry just the way things have been. But I think I've always been told as well as a driver, you can't feel bad about the other driver because then eventually they'll come back and haunt you for thinking that.
Well, instead of it being at Daytona, like we were the 2 times already, we'll be at its big sister, Talladega. Will be the next super speedway we visit.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of a little bit of a visiting scenario here, looks like another scenario popping up for Hofford to visit up the 5th spot. Dennis Warrens opened the door up. Both guys side by side now, riling them up right through the corners. Hofford and Dennis going head to head. And Hofford trying to skeet on by that 90. Dennis Warrens right now trying to fight him back off. No give, no go. The D-Dub button box is false to the inspection station number 84.
As we have Corey Stahl exiting the pits. And he took his fast repair as well.
Took a fast repair and just took fuel. Everybody so far has just taken fuel. No right side tires for anybody. No signs of wear and tear on their end. They just want to get the fuel and get out. And it looks like
Go ahead. I was just about to say the same thing. Looks like lap traffic ahead for Oaks, but Oaks clears him in the turn.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that actually. Now with drivers going into pit road and deciding to pick their positions and pick their poisons, these leaders like Oaks, Kahn, Warrens, Radke, Hofford, all them, they're going to now have to face an overwhelming, daunting task, which is how do you kind of deal with the pressure mounting and how do you deal with the feeling of just no regard, no laning to be had with these drivers catching up to you so quick. I think this really starts to put things into position and makes them really work just a little harder to hold on to it.
Indeed, indeed. Right now, if I was Oaks, I would just trying to stay out as long as I can to try to at least win the stage and get a playoff point. But we don't do playoffs and playoff points in here.
Nope, don't need them, don't want them, and the fans and the drivers even said flat out, we don't want to try playing that game. We race our race, and if we can't win it out, that was our own fault. Right now, currently Oaks, I mean, if I'm going to say something about Oaks too, I don't want to jinx them, but like right now, this strategy, in my opinion, should be hindered and centered around this, which is go as long as I possibly can on the fuel run, then go to pit road as soon as I can when a lot of the drivers in the back are behind me have gone in, and then only take in the most amount of fuel I need to finish this stage and go from there, because again, the competition caution is going to come out here within about 10 laps or so, so right at this moment, he's in the driver's seat to possibly linger this thing out, but I think honestly too, he probably is trying to look at saving the fuel.
Well, I would say, don't be like those MRN guys that actually did do that to one guy earlier today.
Well,
It's pit lane.
well, I spoke too soon on that one. Looks like he'll try a strategy out above all else. Khan, Warrens, and Ratke now, your top three. Your new leader is the Rattlesnake.
Well, let's see what's about to happen here. With pit lane open, people are coming in, starting to get laps back. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this stage finishes out. If I was one of these trucks that have damage, I would just think about staying out into pits, as we have 95 and the 8 hitting pit lane.
Pretty interesting to see Ratke try to even get around on the outside there too, Bullinger, the way Warrens is kind of cornering that truck out. I'm kind of surprised where Warrens tried to place it at.
I'm surprised Ratke decided last second to hit pit lane and almost took him and the 95 out almost.
I mean, those two definitely have a growing rivalry between them, and we're going to see who gets out first. Looks like it will be Robert Warrens. Just barely, though. He'll have to hope he didn't catch that little bit of a bad break with the pit stop there, but he made his mark and made his jump. Now he's moving right ahead. The throttle Chantal Pottle also now right behind Jeffrey Oaks. Pottle, though, has not gone to pit road. It looks like she tried to do what I'm going to call the very essence of a long, long run. And she's using it to her advantage. Jason Henry much the same. So Robert Warrens and all of them now have to try to catch back up ahead of him and hope for the best. I wasn't even thinking really about that extreme long run, but it might actually work out okay if it can go the full distance.
Well, Chantal can just try to stay in the if Pottle can try to stay in the draft as long as she for 6-7 more laps, that should be good on fuel for her.
You would think, but right now she's got a lot of company on her door handle there. Robert Warrens, the 95. Competition for her, not just in this league, but also the league you'll be seeing Tuesday night as the Pit Stall Monday Night Series comes back to you. Thompson Speedway's up next. Warrens, of course, your points leader there. But a lot of drivers, Chantal included, myself included, we're all trying to hunt him down, try to get some speed up there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we get live on Tuesday night. But nevertheless, down off the corner edge there, Jason Henry. Yeah, you got it too there, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it too. And that's why you want to try to stay as low as you can to the wall, because if you get tight in the turns, that could spell trouble for you and some other racers out there doing behind you.
I don't know what Ratke and Warrens are doing with each other right now, but I guarantee if somebody is really putting up a bounty on their heads, they are just trying to fight for everything they've got, and they have no give or no care on any ends of the playing field. Chantal Pottle just staying as low as she possibly can, trying to shorten this track out. Doesn't really care for the speed. Robert and Ratke, though, man, they were just dead neck and side by side. Each driver trying to get the better of the other. Warrens will get a slight advantage coming off, but man, that was a wild little shootout there for a minute.
Indeed, indeed. Well, the good part is they're a lap down, so Chantal wouldn't need to worry about losing 2 spots there.
Well, actually, they're not a lap down. She's currently just on the lead lap, but those that are on the lap down, though, are Jason Crackey, Jason Brent, Sean Long. Those are the ones that are lap down at the moment. Although, for Brent's case, he actually did take all 4 tires and fuel, so interesting little strategy to pinpoint out there. Oaks, though, only taking fuel and was in there, one of the shortest there, 5.9 seconds. So, the fact that he's kind of playing where he's at right now just kind of emphasizes like what we're up to and what they're seeing on the track is these. Okay, Michael, I think I may need to let you talk about these two. These two will not leave each other alone.
The red light is on pit lane, which means whoever has not gone down pit lane is going to have to try to make it around 2 more times and around 2 more times for 2 pace laps as well.
One more lap to go here for Jeff Oaks right now, the number 20, trying to get to the elusive lap 40 and then get that caution out for himself, but a great showing early on. If Oaks was going to ever make his day and make his presence felt, I think he's going to have to do it today. This has been a solid effort and a solid run for the number 20 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Silverado. The old Oak is indeed back, and he came back with a fiery vengeance as he leans it right off of turn number 4. The Napa Auto Parts ButtKicker is going to butt kick his way into a competition caution stage win.
Stage break is in place. As it's gonna be your stage 1 winner is gonna be Jeffrey Oaks, followed by Racky, Warrens, and Pottle, and McKinney rounding out your top 5.
Interesting to see Pottle early. She started back in the 15th spot there, and she went 11 spots up, just like simply saving fuel, and it kind of actually outsmarted some of the tougher guys like Dylan McKinney, who went in early, and Robert Kahn really late. Henry, Rideout, Anderson, and Vickery rounding out in the top 10. But Oaks right now, ladies and gentlemen, is the man everyone's trying to hunt down. Can he find a way to finally put it into victory lane? Well, we're going to find out when we come back live on P10 Racing TV.
Pell Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world. The ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media. Everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store. There's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price. FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By Gainz Fitness Inc. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations, twisted mind, sweet design.
What better place to get your personalized hats, shirts, koozies with a quick turnaround on shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store? Be sure to follow us on Facebook to place orders and get specials today from the Green Door General Store. We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Alright, well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here back on the show here as we're getting now set for our next leg of the race here, the Green Door General Store 100, about to be set on sale. Bollinger, you know the lines to it here.
Yes, I do. As we're getting ready to go back racing, lights off on the pace car as he's back in the pit lane. Fans are on their feet, wave these fans back on by. Pedal to the metal restart zone, and we're back underway. And Oaks and Racky are getting right back to it, but Oaks just slightly pulled away. Starting to pull away again.
Bobby Anderson already getting very aggressive down there. The son of a digger, number 11, starting to make some very big headways up to the front. Jeffrey Radke, Jeff Oaks again. Gonna go at it a little bit here. And Radke right now probably trying to not let Oaks walk away with this one. Those elusive points and those big stage ends are gonna really make a difference here. A lot of damage on the 51 of Jeffrey Vickery too on the right side, as he now goes head to head with the Frau Chantal Paddle and Stahl, even in mixing it up too as well. Every driver right now just trying to get away from these drivers as they get into those hard ship corners here.
Right now, it looks like there's a couple drivers on pit lane right now. Looks like they're trying to get damage repaired. It looks like it's going to be Sean Long and Dustin Schoenacre sitting in pit lane right now.
Throwing them for a bit of a loop, throwing them for a bit of a curve right now. Right out, Warrens, Dennis Warrens that is, and Matthew Hopper. They've also suffered a little bit today. Look, the onset's kind of surprising too to me. See how many drivers have got so much damage, or really equipment failures on their end from just smacking the wall around or getting themselves into a bit of a bad spot. I really would not have expected them to kind of hit the way they done, but man, these trucks have taken some punishment just by getting way too close to the wall on some of these occasions.
Correction, Dustin Schoenacre is on the track a lap down. It's just Sean Long in the pits.
Well, Sean right now may not be getting his lap back anytime soon, considering how many he's fallen down. Dustin Schoenacre, yeah, barring another caution does come out, he will have himself a little bit of a break here, but really this season it's been all about the long runs. The cautions only really were kind of pinpointed at back at like North Wilkesboro Speedway and like Daytona, and that's really been about it. Everywhere else has been a pretty great race so far. And Rodney Christensen says it's been an outstanding race.
And right now it looks like we have Robert Kahn trying to work on trying to pass Robert Warrens, but Warrens isn't making it easy on him today.
So
Warrens is blocking as he tries to pass.
Well, you know, that's not going to please the old rattlesnake once in a while here, especially Robert Van Ness saying, get him, Snake, in the comment section. The hashtag RipTuck, number 95 right now, looking to keep the pink glory up to its fable. And I guess in this case, maybe trying to become a bit of a hitman artist down there, like Brett the Hitman Hart up here in the east side of the country.
Well, it's still going to be a fun one. It's still going to be an interesting race, as we do have Kahn trying to make a move in the turn, trying to go low, but as he makes contact in the wall.
Drove a little hard there coming off that turn. I honestly thought maybe he would have a little bit more of a break, a little bit more of a run on him, but didn't quite go his according to plan. On board to the threat level, Midnight Motorsports number 8 as Radke does catch the wall a little, and Oaks making him pay for it. Radke, at this point in my opinion, he's already looked like he's going in desperation mode to get that 20, but again, shifting in these corners and shifting on the turns, I think that's really what's killing these drivers is momentum to an extent, forcing their hands a lot more often than not.
And it looks like we're about to get some more battling between the 51 of Vickery and the 66 of Corey Stahl right now as they're starting to get close to each other yet again.
Going to this race, ladies and gentlemen, today, Robert Warren's currently sitting at 111 points on his radar. Jeffrey Oaks with 106. Sean J. Long currently 98, actually. Jeffrey Radke at 97. Bobby Anderson at 92. Matthew Harper with 91. Warren's at 87, tied with Jason Henry. Ninth being Corey Stahl at 86. And Robert Kahn at 85. Some names in there you really would not expect where they were at, nor where they were going to be. But, hey, I mean, that's the beauty of these kind of racing seasons, that it's so close to points and it's so carefully crafted. You have got to make sure you either figure out, do you want to go for the fastest lap time and then try to win the race, or do you want to try to be as consistent as you can, get higher points in position and stay right where you need to be. It really makes every position and every move count. And also there is a little fable fact too about the slowest driver does get a point too, as long as they stay on the lead lap. So it's kind of a little ruling that they put in there to actually give other drivers a reason to come out and fight, but at the same time have a bit of a chance out here, even if they're maybe not as strong as some others may be.
And good news for Sean Long fans. It looks like he's just able to get back. He's getting back on the track, but unfortunately he is -2 laps down.
-2 laps down, and you can see what's coming up behind him. Radke just getting extremely aggressive behind Oaks, by the way. You saw that rear end slip out just a little bit. He's firing on all cylinders. He's trying to knock down the old Oak.
This is getting to be like Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney earlier today.
Well, you'll have to explain that to the fans, because no offense to the fans, I did not actually watch the NASCAR race today. I had a little bit busier time working on the broadcast stuff, as we got a little bit of a battle going up. Racky way wide, trying to diamond it right back off. He's trying to get that old oak.
You know what I mean by Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney? For those of you guys who didn't catch the start of the NASCAR race with Stage 1 and Stage 2, how this is almost like what Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney were doing. Taking turns, leading in the turns. Almost. But then Kyle Busch ended up taking it in Stage 1, but then Blaney ended up doing the same thing in Stage 2.
Oaks, to me, the biggest thing for him right now is he just follows his line, follows his suit. I don't think really he has to worry about Racky all that much. I think his biggest problem is just going to be maintaining distance and control. And that seems to be his game plan. Racky, he's just using every outside line. Again, you can use it here, but remember, else tires get tore up badly if you do it too much. And there is the opening. Racky getting a chance down that straightaway. Thanks for driving a little wider. Oaks staying in tight, trying to keep it close to the heart. Both drivers still deadlocked with it.
It looks like that's the move Racky needed, as he is still just trying to pull away from Oaks. Let's see if he can take him in the turn here.
Remember earlier though, Michael, Racky, when he got this aggressive, it came back to haunt him. This time might not though. Oaks makes the mistake off turn 4. He opens the door up for McKinney and Warrens to start sneaking their way in.
Looks like Oaks was trying to get aggressive, trying to hold his spot. He just got loose off corner exit. He saved it, kept himself from spinning out, and taking a few cars with him.
The biggest problem really right now is just you can't drive it too hard. Oh boy, hold on. Robert Warrens, McKinney almost putting nose and bumpers together. Both guys keeping their cool, but that could have been a little bit bad. You saw Ward slam that breakdown quickly to get it up high and away from the 46. It was close. Oh, look at this. Big move coming off. Here comes Oaks on the inside. You got to run there, Michael, and it looked like Racky just left that door wide open. Racky is playing with devil's advocate down there, and he is playing with fire in the area I don't think really he should be, especially giving Oaks just that little bit of breathing room to breathe.
Indeed, indeed.
Wish we get a heart rate on these guys right now here to see how quick those things are beating and see who's getting more aggressive than the other.
I've honestly done it one time when I was racing with my watch, and let's just say mine was pretty up there.
I would just say mine's usually up there with whoever when I'm working with someone special at work, but that's a different story, so I'll just leave it at that.
I'd say we should maybe take a lap with one of our drivers so the fans can see what we were talking about, how it's easy to overdrive one of these corners and stuff.
Well, right now, let's go on board here with Dalton McKinney at the McDingers 46, who right now is currently trying to do what he can to put on the fight. He's using the extreme... Oh, hold on a minute. Trouble down there. Corey Stahl, caution out on the track, and Stahl has spun it on the back straightaway here as he gets it right back on the track here. Caution is out. You know, I'm not too sure exactly what happened there, but as we go to the replay, I think we're going to find out pretty quickly here. This looked like just a little racing incident ordeal, but remember, both drivers know if you get in an incident or someone causes a caution, that is going to be on them. And right there, yeah, that looked all like Corey Stahl there on the rear end, slipping out underneath him and catches the 11 of Anderson. We'll take it from another angle, though, just to be safe. Rear end kicks out. Oh yeah, that's definitely Corey Stahl right there. You can see that rear end once it kicked out, he chose the right front in there, and around she goes on lap 61.
Well, I guess we won't be doing a ride along just yet with McKinney.
I think we can get in eventually here, but while the drivers get into pit road, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back. There's still some action and plenty of racing to come here in New Hampshire.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry photography and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey, while I started trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Well, it was extended.
Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, back live here on P10 Racing TV here. Great to see you all back on the track here. And right now, currently, we had our little situation pop up down on the track here. Everybody trying to get settled back down as one of our drivers, Sean Long, here, also trying to find himself back in the front. Sean, I know it's not been a very good situation for you today here in Loudon, but what's going on down there? What got you into the spot you're in, sir?
I'm just having some problems in my headset. I hit the wall and it burnt my right front tire, and I couldn't run fast.
So now that you got the equipment kind of situated out, do you think maybe if you get another caution, maybe be able to get that time back, maybe have one more chance of possibly putting up a fight on these guys and gals?
It's possible, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, nevertheless, Sean, we do really appreciate at least coming on board today here, so best of luck as you get ready to rally them back up with these guys.
Thank you, sir.
Sean Long in the end of the line there, guys.
And as the interview with Sean Long ends, lights are up on the pace car. Field is getting ready to go back green. Field is 2x2. Fans are on their feet, knowing it's about time to get these pedals back into the metal. As we are going through the backstretch now, entering to 3 and 4. And once this pace car enters pit lane, we'll be ready to begin back underway. As we're in turn 3 and 4, fans are still on their feet, waving these cars by, these trucks I should say by. As pace car hits the pit lane, heads to pit lane, now these drivers are making their way to the pedal to the metal restart zone, and we're back racing! As now we have a new battle for the lead between Warrens and Racky. But Jeffrey Oaks still wants to join the party. Now we have Chantel Pottle also trying to join the party as well now.
Well, right now, fuel run is pretty much now set to go for everybody. So at this point, it's all about just wearing the tires out, the tires, and just getting the treads to kick in a little bit. Warren's immediately going up high side, trying to build up a little bit of power, but loses ground. The 20 of Jeff Oaks, cornering him down, and Oaks putting him in a bit of a tight spot there, squeezing him off of turn 4. I don't know if Robert's going to appreciate too much.
I was just about to say, but let's not count out the rattlesnake of Robert Kahn for the battle for this lead either, as he is in 5th place right now.
He's also our fastest driver so far today, 30.46
for the fastest lap of the day set by him, so he's already looking to take home that bonus point here. But Racky, Oaks, and all of them trying to just kind of keep their distance, keep their gaps up. Racky trying to hang on and push his luck up as much as he can. Robert Bornstow, the points leader in this season, and by a good margin. But the guy that's looking to try and knock him off that spot, the old Oak, Jeff Oaks, right now, trying to put every bit of strategy he can to work and put everything else to good use. 3 wide there from off of turn number 1 and 2 there. That was Anderson, Vickery, and Henry right into it.
As right now, let's look at Corey Stahl going high, trying in the turns, trying to make up for his mistakes on that caution earlier. Ooh. As we were just 3 wide.
Well, Cracky, Anderson, and Vickery there having a little bit of a fight out. Both guys pretty much putting head to toe in each other, but there's trouble. Oh, and Dylan McKinney getting slammed right in. He is airborne. He's on his roof. The 46 destroyed right here in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, on turn 1 and 2. What on earth has happened to McKinney? And Cracky, unfortunately, destroyed with it.
Well, let's go take another look at this on the pedal to the metal instant replay and break down what happened.
See, we get a good look here from an angle. Looks like McKinney might have drove in a little bit hard there on the 21, trying to save it. Or Khan may have kind of catching him. Cracky, nowhere to go for him, just destroys oh my lord, McKinney there, unfortunately, right in the turn. Here on lap 70, a very nasty little hit there. So
it looks like Khan's the one that slid down the track and ended up getting McKinney loose. And from there, as McKinney tried to stop to turn his car around, Cracky slammed into him because Cracky didn't have time to stop. Stolnecker also took a little bit of damage too. I bet McKinney was thinking, yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
yeah, we're currently letting the officials judge everything for themselves. It looked to me like McKinney had just overdrove it. And I think that's where the whole situation started from. I don't think Khan actually went down necessarily from that.
Like when I said down, as in looked like he got loose and tried to overcorrect it and might have clipped McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney looked like that was kind of all on him there. So, I mean, the judges could be the decipher on that, but from the angles I'm seeing, I think that was all McKinney there. So, unfortunately, just a very tough little ordeal there, because the way the right front looked when it went right up there, it actually kind of pinpointed, then centered, and then pushed up. And when it pushes up like that, that usually means the driver made a mental mistake there and made a mental error, and that's what ended up costing him in that one.
Well, McKinney might need a new pair of Jordans right now, probably.
Probably not too happy about the situation either, but he knows he's going to have to try to work around it and see what he can do from there.
Tough break for McKinney. Tough break for all these drivers involved too. But the good part is that this is virtual racing, not real life racing, where these drivers can just go to the pits, hit a reset button, their car is repaired, and they can get back out there and go again. But they have so many per race. And it looks like it's gonna be Brackey, Oaks, Pottle, Khan, Robert, Anderson, Ward, Hoffert, Vickery, and Henry, all rounding out your top 9, with Jason Britt rounding out your top 10.
25 laps nearly left to go here. Every driver pretty much for themselves. Or I don't think Robert Kahn probably at this point just trying to get a little bit of love and a little bit of help here, considering how the season's been. Chantel Pottle coming off a high there, a Monday night series. She got that win at last she's looking for. Now one of the only drivers ever on PT Race TV to win in a multitude of cars and a multitude of series, from a Cup car to Xfinity to trucks to ARCA to street stock, late model original, super late model, and the dirt stocks as well. It's safe to say she's pretty much put her name in PT Race TV's book for a lot of stuff I don't think many are ever going to try to even catch up to.
Well, it does look like Khan has a little bit of damage on his driver's side numbers, as these drivers, as they are making their way through 3 and 4, with the lights off on the pace car. Fans are back on their feet, as we are headed back to the pedal to the metal restart zone, and let's push those pedals to the metal yet again as we're underway.
Oh no, hold on, Oaks, oh my! He got nailed there a little bit by Racky. I think he was trying to corner him off. Racky wasn't having it, and the old Oak got put back a little bit in the back of the pack. Here comes the Rattlesnake. Robert Kahn looking to try to knock Racky down a few boats by that mistake he made.
Well, at least he didn't go to the wall. He saved it.
But he's close to it, all right. Kahn is literally rubbing right up against Racky. Racky is just being put to shame by the battles he's now facing up. Kahn trying to sneak his way in. Boat drivers hard on the gas pedal.
Well, it's not coming out Chantel Potter yet, who is hungry for a win right now, I would think.
You would think, honestly, it's not we would think, it's we know. Look at this, Oak somehow with Anderson behind. He's still hanging in there. Kahn and Aki right now, the way these two are going, they could go at it all night for I think all they care. Racky, though, does get a slight advantage there on Kahn. Entering into the turn, Kahn having to back off. Both guys now trying to lay it in quick and get the speeds up.
And
oh, no!
Again.
Trouble again down in turn number 2 there. Dennis Warren's the recipient as we will throw them back into a double file restart. But, oh my word, what a last couple laps that one was.
And it looks like Jason Cracky's day is done as it looks like he's going to the garage to call it for the night, as he does have a lot of damage. As it looks like he does have a lot of damage.
Corey Stahl over aggressive there. The same situation, same boat. Goes in too tight into turn number 1 and 2 there. Corey just catching Dennis a little bit off guard. I think you could see even, watch the smoke on the brakes, that 66. Watch that right front. I want you to take close attention to this. Look at how the rear end slips out. Notice how he is literally trying to get on the brake. That's brake smoke from him and the 90. Both guys, not much they can do, unfortunately. And it was just a very, very bad situation. But there is not much you can do in that kind of corner.
Well, this one might be tough for the officials to determine who is at fault. Wouldn't you think?
To me, there's nothing that's hard to figure out. It's pretty much plain simple. You just drive it too hard in that corner, and you end up drifting up into somebody. You have to serve the EOL. I mean, there's no other way around it. You can't just drive in that hard and think that you can't get the truck to brake a little bit. You've got to be a little bit more on the nose and a little more centered off. There are just little mishaps and racing spins, but that doesn't mean nothing in this league. You have got to be on your best behavior and watch yourself.
Sorry about that, guys. But it's different for you. That's why when I league Zyman before I race, I'll spend maybe a day or two before a couple hours on that track just running test sessions to learn braking zones and stuff before I go out and wreck the whole field by accident. But now let's hit the reset button. Let's get ready to put them back racing yet again.
Man, right now, too, this is going to get a lot harder for drivers that are trying to save their equipment or trying to save themselves, because now these restarts, what they're going to do is they're going to force them to have to get aggressive or have to push their luck a little bit more. And for guys like Jeff Oaks and them, who literally were so close to finally catching back up a leg or two, now they find themselves trapped in another hard, enduring little situation. So, I mean, right now, if I'm Radke, my first thought is simple. Hold on as long as you can. Don't worry about everybody else and just think that it may work out in your favor here.
As it is going to be Radke, Kahn, Pottle, Anderson, and Oaks rounding out your top 5. So get ready for a reset as we get ready to restart them yet again.
One more time around, lights still flickering on around the base car here, so these field of guys just getting themselves squared up. Man, it's going to be a little bit of a wild day here today.
Well, as we are going through 3 and 4, let's hope you see the lights go up on the pace car this time by. We'll find out in just a few moments as we are hitting the front stretch, going through the restart zone at the moment right now. And we are still, and we just got the 1 to go signal. Racky, Kahn, Pottle, Anderson, Oaks, ready to take the top 5 drivers of the field to action.
"19 laps left to go, and the only thing really left on the table is just who is going to win this one out, who is going to make the right moves at the right time. The damage sustained to some of these drivers certainly has got to be affecting them a little bit emotionally and mentally here, and they physically got to be feeling the effects just by the wear and tear this track has given them. For a 100-lap deal, man, they had to fight, scratch, and claw every ounce of this track, and they are just about finished up with it. So the question now remains, who will walk out on top and who will walk away with their head up high?
I'd say, we should take a ride with Chantel Pottle before we, as last time we tried to do it, we had a caution happen as we did it last time.
Well, the green flag's out right now. We'll get to that when we get to it, but right now we gotta get them wanted out back to the track here, back on the start. Racky, Kahn, Belt at it, and Kahn gets a little payback from Racky. Racky just driving it right at him there, and these two now, they are not going to be playing nice. Bobby Anderson, though, the former champion, right in the mix, too. And there's one thing I've learned there, Racky, is you don't tick off the rattlesnake. The snake is now mad, I'm telling you that much.
Well, this is what racing is all about. Right here.
Oh boy, hold on folks, this could be interesting. Business is picking up around here. Kahn trying to get up there to Racky. Everybody else trying to stay with it. Racky was getting it very aggressive there on Kahn. Kahn knew it. He was looking to try to get a little payback at him. They're 3 deep there, coming through turn number 3 and 4. Robert Warren's trying to sneak his way back in. He's using the tires he gained from it. Hoffert into the wall off turn 4. He's trying to get out of trouble.
It looks like Oaks also might have Kahn might have hit the wall a little too.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Trouble down turn number 22. That's trouble. 3 trucks. Everybody get in there a little bit.
And the yellow's out yet again.
3 trucks involved in this one here. Dennis Warren, Jeffrey Vickery, Mike Rideout, all involved in the situation here.
Okay, we can't get a break up in here. This has been one of the best races I think all season.
I don't know about the absolute best races, but it's been a very good race. But we'll take a look at the replay, see what happened here. Very wild little situation here, unfortunately happening. Dustin Sodaker drifts up. You can see right here, here's the first problem. Catches the 76, catches the 90. There you see, there it is right there. 3 trucks coming to a dead stop. Sean Long getting right around them. Not a whole lot they can do there. But again, I mean, what the officials saw versus what the driver saw could be a completely different tale there. And right here, here's the situation that started it right here. You can see Sloanaker just drove it right up, caught both of them off guard. And unfortunately, that led to that unfortunate circumstance here on lap number 84. We'll go to Vickery here and just give you a little insight, a little view here and just what he saw. There's one more chopper cam for you guys. Yeah, you can see Vickery try to back off, stall, trying to get out of the way. Sean Long gets clipped, and bam! Rideout's come to a dead stop. Vickery and Warrens have come to a dead stop. The motor's gone. And you can see everybody just trying to get their trucks situated out there.
Wow, this has been an interesting race. I bet these race fans aren't even wanting to go get concessions or even go use the restrooms right now with how intense this racing is. How do you think these race fans are liking this race so far that are at the track right now? Well, under caution, the trucks are starting to get settled back in, as it's going to be Racky, Kahn, Anderson, Oates, and Pottle, and Jason Henry to round out your top 5 for this next restart.
And this is going to get a lot more difficult now because now these drivers know they're getting put up in a lot of positions in a lot of areas here, and they know there's so much more that's going down. There's a lot more obstacles in their way. They've got to be feeling every bit of it here.
Let's take a look at how fuel window's looking right now for these drivers to see if they'll have to pit again or not for this race.
Well, right now we look at our fuel window. Some drivers went 41, some went 35, 32, 37. Everyone had a different strategy on that end. And right now, you're at lap 25 to lap 23, so, and some on lap 10. So really, it's kind of a flip of the coin at this point, but I'm a little bit more worried about what might happen up here on the start for this one.
Me too, as it's two people that are been trying to look like wreck each other on this last restart. This is going to be interesting. With lights off on the pace car, it's Racky, Kahn, Anderson, Oates, Pottle, Henry for your top 5. Let's get ready to push them. Let's get ready to put the pedal to the metal yet again. As you're back in 3 and 4, the fans are yet again waving at these drivers. Pit lights off on the pace car. And pace car is off in pit lane, and we are back underway because we are the pedal to the metal restart zone. Oh, and trouble on the restart! Racky holds him back.
4 wide going in turn number 1. There looked like Pottle did not even get off the line. Still 3 wide just for a brief moment. A missed shift from the 5, and she's had a habit of that this season. Missing that shift a little bit. If she gets it right back in gear, she's already now trying to hunt back down. But she already knows she's in trouble here, and it's going to be a long road to even get back to it. Vickery, though, trouble there in turn number 3 and 4. Caution is back on out.
Let's take a look at that entire situation starting at the restart, shall we?
So we'll take a look at it in just a sec here. Of course, the officials right now wanting to review over the 51 scenario to get that out of the way. Then they'll go take a look at the 5 here. And looks like from this angle, they're a little bit of a jump charge here. They clear the 3 wides. Vickery goes in. And... oofa. Look like Mike right out there actually catching the 51 there into the turn. Looks like he was the one that started that chain reaction here. But I'm curious to know, did he take it 3 wide for just a brief fleeting second? See if we get a good look here. Hard to really tell, but the judges will review that one for sure. But lap 89 definitely falls on Mike right out here, so that will go favor. That'll be going on his end here.
From what it looked like happened was Racky tried holding the restart to the last very second, and from there it just felt trouble.
So
take a look at it in slow motion. It looks like Kahn and Racky will get into it, and so Racky held up the restart and took off last second, which started kind of trouble with Kahn, Oaks, and the number 10.
So I guess I gotta take back what I said about that situation for the throttle Chantel Pottle, but that definitely may need a little bit of a looking to there. The officials are already saying we may need to review that a little bit, see who started what, who was starting where. That may be a little bit of a talking to later in this week.
That might be a post-race review, wouldn't you think?
All on the officials.
Woo, what a race this has been, as we're on lap 92, with only a few laps to go. So I would say, as we get ready to go green, want to do a little bit of a pedal to the metal moment for the race. Or does that go green?
I don't really have a pedal to the metal moment, unfortunately, on this end, Michael. I've been just kind of pretty much just calling it as I see it. The producers didn't give me anything to work with on that one.
Well, lights are still on the pace car, which means we should have a lap or two to go. It's going to be Ratke, Anderson, Kahn, Warrens, McKinney, Oaks, rounding out your top 5. Lights up on the pace car, which means you're going green.
7 laps remaining to the line. Anderson and Ratke right now are going to go at it. Kahn literally right behind Ratke, and I don't honestly think Ratke probably wanted to see Kahn back there. This is starting to get very aggressive, though, and Anderson just patiently waiting his time, waiting his moment. He's on lesser burnt end tires, has the fuel kind of savored up, but I will say, Anderson, if he's going to get it done, he needs to start really putting some pressure on Ratke on the start. Again, they all go when the green flag flies. That's why you saw Ratke and Kahn as close as they were off the start. But again, if they're starting to do that kind of stuff and that kind of nonsense, they've got to be careful about that. So we'll see what happens as they're about to line it back to the restart zone.
Well, this is going to be fun as we're getting ready to hit the pedal to the metal restart zone. Fans are on their feet, waving these cars on by yet again, as we are back racing in New Hampshire. It looks like Kahn fell back a little bit, which will be a good sight for Ratke, as now it's just between Anderson and Ratke for the lead right now.
Anderson deep on the outside. He's going to try to use that line up there and force Ratke to have to drive a little harder in the inside groove. Kahn looking to just take both of them for the price of one. Anderson deep on the outside, though, still trying to clear it off. Looks like maybe he's going to try a crossover on Ratke. Ratke can't let him through. Blocks that line, throws him down to the shot. Each driver now just dead set to try to make the best of the other. Anderson, here comes crossover time. Through 1 and 2. Anderson looking for the drive off of Ratke. Can he catch him in the turn?
And now we have McKinney wanting to invite to the party now.
Crossover between, Bottle right in the mix too. Every driver right now getting a piece of it. McKinney also running the hard side of the tire. And Bottle off of turn 4 will lose it as this caution again comes out before McKinney can get Ratke. Oh my word, we're going to a green-white checkered attempt now, and that is probably not what anybody wanted to even think about. What has happened? Look at the replay. And that's all in the bottle. She tried so hard to hold it, but that run would just not hold on line. She gave it everything she had, but unfortunately, this one is going to falter on her end and put her dead set back out of it. Unfortunately, what an absolute heartbreaking moment here for her, but there's just something she just can't control. Unfortunately, how hard a truck will want to turn on you is one of them. So a self-spin on the number 5, and these drivers now, oh, they're already ready to get back up there. They're ready to get out of here, Michael. So we'll get 3 laps left. All gain, all run, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, back to the Green Door General Store restart zone. One more time. What will it come down to? Green zone.
Sorry guys, I had to go run for a moment. But McKinney goes high in 3 and 4. 1 and 2. Now Wacky falls in line.
Dalton McKinney may have outsmarted everybody by simply just waiting patiently. He took tires late, he took fuel late, and he made everyone else suffer for it. Rocky's in trouble now, big trouble. Corner off, 3 and 4, caution, back out, and drivers all over the place. Oh my lord. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Well, time to go take another look at the PTMS replay, and this time we will be going to green light checker now.
3 of them gonna be at it here. What the heck on earth happened here? Well, I'm not gonna be the bearer of bad news, but I can take one guess who's going to take that one.
Yeah, it looks like Khan's the one that did it as well. I think
yeah, that was pretty obvious there. Let's just pull this frame by frame. These two earlier on were taking each other to the limit, but I think Khan was hoping to try to finally squeeze some life back out. He drove it way too hard in, and that's kind of obvious. Khan's not fooling me on that one, I'll tell you that much.
And he thought he could almost get away with it too by just trying to do a little bit of a bump and run, but it ended up spinning him.
There was another situation too there with Anderson. We're going to take a quick look at that, see if that had anything to do with that ordeal. Oaks and Anderson there catching each other. The main hit was definitely... yeah, that was definitely on Khan. I don't know how the officials will decide that one, but it looks like they'll leave Oaks and them alone for now anyway. But man, this has gotten absolutely crazy here.
Now this being green light checkered attempts, I would think a lot of these drivers would start thinking about maybe fuel now. Fuel becoming a factor now. Wouldn't you think so?
I mean, at this point, if you didn't get fuel earlier, or you didn't find yourself getting a little bit of squeeze in some tires, I think you may be right now hurting for some of that.
I'm surprised. If I was one of these drivers, I would go take fuel so if another caution comes out, I know I'd be good. And it's gonna be McKinney, Oaks, Henry, Fab, Warrens. Rounding out your top 5. Pace car off in the pit lane, fans on their feet, and we're back underway in New Hampshire for green light checkered attempts 1 of 3.
Jeffrey Oaks, Dalton McKinney right now, both guys pretty much locked up. McKinney trying to find a little leg up, trying to find that extra little give. Oaks looking to try to make him pay for everything else. Both drivers deadlocked, even with each other. Oaks, slight advantage. The old Oak has got something going for him. He's going to fight quick, 3 wide salute. Warren's getting out of it. Ab right in the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your white flag lap presented by the Green Door General Store. Oh, clip there between McKinney and Oaks. Both guys saying he need control of it. Oaks still losing ground. He lost a lot of position. McKinney driving off. Bab getting away from him there. The side-by-side duel. McKinney looking for one more set of corners. He worked so hard for this one. Oaks trying to catch him, but it may be too little, too late. Off of 3 and 4. It's Dalton McKinney winning as they wreck hard down to the front straightaway of the line. Oh my!
Now let's go take a look at that on the replay before we do some driver interviews.
Before we even get to that, we got to at least mention your race winner there, Michael, because this one, the Green Door General Store 100, is going to go Dalton McKinney here after a long fight out between him and Jeff Oaks. Both guys put up a fight, put on a show. But my word, did they give it everything they had and then some. Not giving anything less than perfection. The McDingers 46 though holds on just a little long enough. Oaks just getting that slight tap cost him dearly, and I already know he's not going to be a happy camper about letting that one go. What a race though. What a wild race and a finish that really only Pedal the Metal Racing League can come up with.
Indeed.
Final results on your screen presented by Redline Motorsports Media. Dalton McKinney, your winner today here. Jeffrey Oaks going to go second. Jason Henry third. Matthew Harvard fourth. Jason Brent fifth. Vickery sixth. Stahl seventh. Pottle goes eighth. Ninth to Anderson. Robert Kahn top 10 for them. The rest of your finishers on your screen. I think we'll go take a look at that last bit, the replay there now.
Now that we have the time.
We got the time, we got the effort, we got the position to do it. I think, honestly, though, this could have been probably one of the wildest little laps I think you'll see in quite some time here, folks. Watch carefully on the bottom left of your screen from our blimp cam here. You can see here, this is where Oaks made the crucial mistake, trying to take it as tight as he did with McKinney. Then off the run, coming down that back straightaway. It was all or nothing. Robert Warrens knew he had to make something work. He goes around Henry, then he straight lines it, shoots the dive. Looks for the 3 wide final salute. But look at this. Oaks just catching a bit of Bab. And right off, Warrens catches Bab and then sends him spiraling. Warrens gets thrown around. Bab trying to refire and get it straightened out to get the finish line release. And my word, what a wild ending.
Wild ending indeed.
Robert, I'll give him credit where credit's due. He did try to go for broke there, but I mean, a situation like this, you know it probably will never work out like that.
Indeed, indeed. That's what happens when it's tight quarters racing. Come to the white flag. Everybody wants good position.
They don't want just good position, they want the position. Race fans, when we come back, it's time to listen in to your top drivers of the day.
Pedal the Metal Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media, everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store. There's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price. FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By Gainz Fitness Inc. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations. Twisted mind, sweet design.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live here. We're going to go ahead and give a congratulations to our drivers here as our third place finishers today. Jason Henry there, not able to get in with us just yet. We will talk with him in just a moment though, because he's now finally out of the truck and ready to talk. But first up on the booth, of course, the main man here, I will say, that put on a show with everyone else today, the old Oak himself, Jeffrey Oaks. Once again, solid as an Oak, solid as a driver. Jeffrey, you threw on everything, but just could not get it done today, buddy.
Yeah, coming in, you know, like, I'm not real good in Hampshire. I haven't put a lot of time in there. So coming in, I was expecting top 5 podium would be great, you know, for points. And then after the first stage there, I saw that, you know, like, I seemed to have the truck to beat. and everything was going good. Some good battles, and then it seems like caution spread more caution.
Now, what was going through your mind as you saw that incident that on that last caution that took us to green-white checkered incident?
Which one? Like the one coming to the finish, or the one prior, like the one leading to the green-white checker?
The very last caution before we came to the green-white checkered restart.
Yeah, I just was hoping to get it in clean. I'm not quite sure exactly what all happened right there. I was just glad I made it through. I know that Bobby was trying to come down, and I just couldn't get loaded up enough to stay avoid him, and that's just, that's part of trying to avoid accidents, and that I feel bad for him. But yeah, I don't know what happened ahead of me. I saw a couple trucks get together and slide up, and next thing you know, you're in avoidance mode.
Well, it may have been in avoidance mode for a last bit of the race, but you at least were able to hold on strong enough for a podium and a second spot today, so you want to thank you for that, sir.
I want to thank my beautiful wife who allows me or supports me doing this. So you know how much time it takes to be decent at this, and you guys up there in the booth for putting on a show every week, doing a good job calling these races. The league for putting on these races, and all my fellow competitors that come out and make it fun every week. Of course, all the sponsors for the league.
For sure there. Jeffrey, congratulations, man, taking on home in second place today.
I can't forget the fans that tune in every week, too. That's what we do this for, put on a show for them.
I think you did the job well today, buddy. Congratulations.
All right, buddy. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for having me.
You too. The old Oak, ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Oaks. Third place today here. Jason Henry now joining us now in the booth here. Jason, I said earlier today, literally, I thought honestly you were struggling mostly this season. You haven't really got anything figured out. I think you just made a monkey out of me in this one, but where did all this come from?
Well, a lot of it came from the luck of missing the wrecks there at the end. I was probably a 10th place truck at best today.
Now, when you were seeing that last wreck as you were coming to the checker flag, what were you thinking as you were seeing that happen?
Showing a little bit of age, but I kind of just thought back to Days of Thunder, and I just kept it in it. If I wreck, I wreck at this point.
Well, I mean, at this point, it did not wreck out, and you were able to hang on for a solid third today. So, as I always say here, who do you want to thank for this one, sir?
I want to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast, all the great sponsors that help this league, and a shout out to my wife for doing the best any wife can be, and she's watching our newborn right now so that I could have some fun tonight. So it was a great night.
For sure there, Jason, man. Great to hear from you again. Congratulations pulling off a third place today.
Thank you. It's been a long time since we got to chat.
It has been, sir. We need to see you more often, buddy.
Hopefully these next few weeks you'll see more of me.
We certainly hope so. Jason, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
The number 10, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Henry on that line there. But to round out the night, the race winner of the Green Door General Store 100 will belong to Dalton McKinney here. Dalton, late race strategy, late race pickup and take. And man, did you take and give it everything you had. You went into pit lane there on lap 73 and then just fought everybody back off by simply just out driving them with those tires and that fuel. Man, that's what's got to be meaning a lot to you.
Yeah, it definitely does. I've been on quite the dry spell. I had it one, and it's been quite a while. So it's definitely nice to get back on the right side of things. And yeah, I pitted there with the leaders, got some tires, and then I got into caused a caution. They put me to the back. I went ahead and came down and filled up, but I was out of tires. And then just being back there in traffic, I was able to save my tires a lot. I wasn't able to really push the truck, to its limits and use the tires up. That way, once I did get up front, just kept picking them up one by one. And then when I got to the front, I think I had a little better tires than them guys and was able to use this to my advantage.
Now, before that last caution happened that took us to the green-white checkered, what were you hoping would happen, or what were you seeing as that happened?
Yeah, the second to last restart, I was 2 rad keys outside, and I really liked that position because I was a lot better around the top on that, especially there on older tires. So that was good. Then whenever he got wrecked by Con, I had to be on the bottom, and I was a little nervous on that. Oaks was able to stay up, alongside me, and I just kept battling hard and knew that my tires were a little bit better, and hopefully that I could push him into a mistake. And I don't know if he made a mistake. I think he just got a little tight there, and I was able to get on around him and pull away and get a little comfort. And once I got to the white flag, just take a deep breath and make one more good lap.
Well, made one more good lap, and it was enough to take on home a victory today here. I will ask you this, McKinney. Who do you want to thank for this?
Everyone at Threat Level, Midnight Motorsports, a lot of fun racing with them guys. McDinger's Sports Bar and Grill. We just started racing in real life again, so have them on my real car and then this truck as well is pretty cool. And then everyone that puts on this league, it's a lot of fun getting out here on Sunday nights, and then you guys for hanging out with us and broadcasting and giving us something to go back and watch. We really appreciate it.
We certainly hope you enjoyed this one here, bud. Congratulations taking this one home to victory lane.
Thank you, fellas.
Dalton McKinney, ladies and gentlemen, throws it all down to the end and brings home victory today in the Green Door General Store 100. Final thoughts here, Michael?
Not really. Otherwise, that it was been a good race. And next week is going to be plate racing, as it's going to be 2.66 miles of left turns as we go to the big sister of Daytona, Talladega.
It will be a wild one for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again to our sponsors at the ButtKicker Company, the Pit Stall Racing Series, Redline Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, FEG Custom PC.com, Gainz Fitness Incorporated, Lightning Wrapz, and Shriver Twisted Creations for their support this season. To you fans out there, thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies.